Hello, my name is Shivani. Welcome to my channel, Tarot for Your Soul. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Okay, so today's tarot reading, or rather tonight's, is going to be quite different from any reading I've done before. For this week, I don't know why, but I've really been thinking about, my past and having dreams about it. Some traumas that I went through, and I got this idea to do a reading based on why that might be. And then I was thinking of you guys and, how your past might be affecting you and things like that. So I just want to put a disclaimer out there and, a note out to you guys. A disclaimer that this might trigger you in some way. So just be aware, okay? Because I will be touching maybe on some sensitive things, maybe things that you don't want to be reminded of. But I also feel like it could bring a lot of healing, especially if you've been having dreams consistently about things that might have happened to you in the past or in your childhood. And you're wondering why it's happening, if you feel you've dealt with them or if you feel you can't move past certain things. This reading might help you with that. As always, I always encourage you to seek medical and professional advice because, I'm not a doctor and I do believe in that kind of advice, but let's see what the angels and guides have to say for us. So before you is 3 cards here, which we will be using in your reading. We've got beautiful Mother Saraswati, Goddess Saraswati, Sri Ram, and Mother Vrinda Devi here. So you can just pick a number 1, number 2, or number 3. Okay, doesn't really matter. Whichever one you pick will be right. You can pick more than one number, or you can pick based on the god or the deity, the energy of the card, or what it says here: Goddess of Learning, King of Dharma, Goddess of Devotion. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, what blessings, what lessons these obstacles, trials and tribulations have actually brought for you, and what the goddesses and the deities are bringing forth for you with these lessons that you've had to learn. And then we're going to pull some cards, which I've actually already pulled out just to speed up this reading, the causes, what you've been through, and the lessons entailed in them. So maybe we can see, if they bring some healing to you and what you can do further about that. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so pile 1, this is for you. Let's see what comes through, what you might have went through as a child or, in your past, something that might be weighing on you in your subconscious that you might not be able to get past. Let's see what comes through. So first we're going to look at this card here with Mother Saraswati. Just checking if it's recording. Okay, Goddess of Learning. May Saraswati, the goddess of learning, who is pale like a garland of kunda flowers, the moon or frost, who is dressed in white, whose hands play the lute, who sits on a white lotus flower, and is always adored by the gods Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, protect me completely, removing the dullness of my intellect. Okay, so Goddess Saraswati, she helps with education, music, dance, and all those types of things. So the blessings that she is bestowing upon you or would have bestowed upon you that you may have noticed is success in education, perfection of memory, enhanced intellectual ability, and mastery of musical instruments. Okay, and this could also be the reason why you would have had to go through some of the difficulties you've had to go through in your life. Maybe that's what you're wondering about as well. Maybe there were some challenges with school, and that's actually the blessings that she's giving you is with your intellect. Okay, so let's see whether some of the potential challenges that you're struggling with, blockages. Okay, we've got joy, perfection, and miracle. Okay, so this feels like very much childhood, but it doesn't have to be. Lots of things you might have lost that ability to feel joy because it was plucked away from you as a child. Maybe you were always, perfection was always demanded of you in school, and maybe you tried to show your parents or those around you that you were a good child, or tried to give them joy by being perfect in everything, okay? Maybe you demand perfection of yourself, and it feels like you've stopped believing in miracles, or you had to be that miracle child, like that A student all the time, and maybe your parents were always talking about you, and you thought that they would love you if you kept getting good grades. Okay, let's see what else you have. You have the Rider. Okay, so these are Lenormand cards, but I'm using them a little bit differently here. Okay, so we've got the Rider, the Fox, and the Anchor. So for me, this shows me that you really had to, this is all about, for me it feels like working very hard here. Okay, and maybe your parents had to go away a lot, okay, in earlier days, okay, or you as a parent have to keep traveling, okay, because the Fox is about work, can be about work in Lenormand, and things weren't very stable, okay. The Anchor is about stability, like in terms of loving relationship, but maybe the money was there. This could be the opposite. Okay, maybe it feels like your mind is stuck in the past here, and you're trying really hard to run away from that, because this is also the energy of being sly sometimes. Maybe you were ripped off for like finances or home or something like that. That's also what's coming through now. Let's look at your tarot. Okay, we've got the Eight of Swords, the Wheel, and the Two of Swords. Okay, lots of mental anxiety here, okay? So I feel like that's why Mother Saraswati is trying to bless you with freeing of the mind and intellect here, okay? Because your mind's kind of trapped. Or this might be what happened, because the Anchor here with the Eight of Swords feels like this energy of being trapped. This might have actually happened, like on a, as a physical thing where you might have been trapped. This could be like a robbery, or a break-in or something. Some of you might have actually went through abuse. Okay, and then the Wheel. This was like a big change in your life. Okay, and you didn't know which way to go with this Two of Swords. I'm also picking up bullying here, for like as a child. These two birds are like, it's like it looks like they're harassing her. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so now I want to see, we're going to use these cards here. So I've got all your cards here to see, what energies you would have engaged with and what lessons they would have taught you. Okay, wow. We've got, okay. So I did pick up that this is a lot of childhood trauma for you guys. So we've got Child Magical, Light Attributes. Sing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. So some of you may have believed this as a child, that the belief that everything is possible and seeing beauty in everything, and now that that has changed. Some of you might be in this energy of pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. We did get the miracle card here, okay? Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. You might be struggling with that, to take energy and action. It might also feel like your wings have been clipped. Maybe as a child you really believed in magic and that type of thing, and now you just don't, because it was like stolen away from you. Child eternal, this might feel like you're struggling to grow up, or you're afraid to grow up, because around you you always saw like trauma, and this is a way of like protecting yourself. Okay, so light attributes. So the good lessons of this is determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Okay, and then the pain that came through these lessons could be inability to grow up and be responsibility. This might be something that you're struggling with. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. Okay, so some of these might make you have a knee-jerk reaction. Okay, and rescuer. And oftentimes this happens if you've been through like abuse, physical abuse, especially emotional abuse, and you haven't healed, and healing is something that needs to be done continuously. So lots of empathy and compassion for you guys here. I know in my own life as well, I have gone through this, and I'm starting to free myself out of this cycle. Rescuer. So oftentimes when you've been a victim, you will find yourself being a rescuer as well. It's a funny how it happens. Okay, so provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And then on the downside, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So for me, I'm actually feeling that this is what happened to you, okay? So that you would be able to rescue those who could not rescue themselves. So a lot of you might be social workers, counselors, psychologists, might, be charitable, that type of thing. Okay, so let's see, what messages the angels have for you with this. Owl, listen to the messages of the angels. Okay, so that's also why this is coming up, because you shut off your intuition, which is shutting off your ability to receive messages from angels, because you don't want to believe in the magic anymore. Okay, you don't want to believe in that anymore because of the hurt and the pain. Let's see what else they have to say for you. We've got Sapphire. Easy does it. So this is all about the throat chakra with this blue. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. And this is coming up because of perfection. You really criticize yourself, and that's why the angels are telling you to be gentle. All areas of your life, you're really, really hard on yourself. And they're affirming that you're very, very courageous and brave, and they're very proud of you for that, and that they are with you. Okay, so see, okay, so I was just checking the timer there just to see how much of time we have, if I've been yapping for too long. But for me, it really feels like some of the beautiful things that you've gained is really to be able to, help others that cannot help themselves. But it feels like inner child healing would be very, very beneficial for you, because we've got 2 child cards here. Okay, and with this coming out here with the rider and the fox and the anchor, you might be burying yourself deep in work so that you don't have to face these issues, and it might be making you feel isolated and trapped in some way. But an anchor is not stuck forever, okay? It might require a bit of persistence, but you can free yourself from that, okay? The joy that this joy card coming out, you might be projecting joy to others, but you don't have that joy in yourself. you have to heal this inner child, okay? You have to give that inner child love and not be so hard. And again, I'm saying that because this looks like inner child to me. And maybe maybe you're very strict with your diet as well. Easy, gentle approach. Love yourself, guys, and you will see the miracles starting to take place in your life, okay? You're a walking miracle as it is because you're unique, okay? And like being imperfectly, I can't speak English today, being imperfectly perfect is what we are, and it makes us beautifully unique how we are. And I just want to say that you're beautiful and amazing the way that you are, and you just need to recognize that, okay? I just want to pull a few more before we close off this reading. Okay, Spirit, so why did these things happen, and what can Padawan take from it? Okay, so that you could have the courage to take new steps forward and be brave, and those leaps of faith, okay? So the Fool is associated a lot with Mercury, which is all about intellect and communication, and Source and Spirit is always with you, guiding you, okay? You're not going to fall off that cliff. You're going to leap onto the next step. Just don't be afraid to take that leap, and just embrace that change, okay? Okay, so you will have your happiness, okay? You've just got to be able to open yourself up, and just give thanks for who you are. Okay, yeah, charity feels like a big thing here. Through healing others, your healing will come. And whatever has happened to you, like if injustice has been done to you, it's going to revisit whoever caused that. Okay, guys, so I hope this reading brings some healing, love, light, and clarity to you. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hi, Pal 2. So this is your reading. Let's see, what's happened with you to cause this trauma, or, why you may be having dreams of what's happened in the past. And let's see, what can bring in some healing for you. Okay, so you picked Sri Rama, King of Dharma. So Lord Rama is all about duty. Okay, so you might find that doing the right thing and having the sense of justice is a strong thing to you, or you might recoil when you hear this. Okay, so let's see what he has for us, what blessings he wants to bestow on you from the lessons that you've had to learn. Okay, it says, I repeatedly bow down to the pleasing form of Rama, who destroys all dangers and bestows all benedictions, blessings. Fidelity in marriage, obedience as virtue, security, name and status, adherence to truth, keeping one's word. Okay. Now, with these cards, we're going to see the obstacles and blockages that you may have faced or may be facing, the things that you may have developed, or, some of the trials and tribulations you went through. Vanity. This might be something that really irks you. Is the word vanity, or seeing people that, might be in this energy of being vain or superficial. Discovery. Recovery. Okay. So, discovery. You are on a path to self-discovery, okay? For me, it feels like you might have really gone through a very serious heartbreak where you loved somebody and they didn't love you in return, and no matter how, sorry, my throat just went funny there. No matter how much you loved them, they just couldn't love you back, okay? and now it feels like you might be turning away from love, okay? But your heart is yearning for it, even though on a conscious level you're trying to protect yourself. But that experience was meant for you to deepen your capacity to love even deeper, even though it hurt a lot. There's still healing. There's a lot of healing to be done still. Yeah, and your guides are like rubbing my arm now, because the left is all about receiving, and healing needs to be received for you. Okay. Recovery, yeah. So you are definitely on the road to recovery, because you've been in the state of sadness, depression, and this melancholy state for quite some time. But are you willing to receive that healing? Are you pushing it away? Are you maybe using harsh words with the people that are trying to help you? Could it be maybe that the person that you love left you because they said that they needed to go on a path for self-discovery, and you felt it was just something superficial? Okay, and now things are starting to recover between you two, or you are starting to recover, or it feels like recovery is never going to happen for you. Okay, so now with these, we're going to see further, some blockages, some of the events that might have happened, and what other messages we can get. Okay. So for me, it feels like for you might feel like, well, this person was toxic, and they weren't who they said they were. There were a lot of secrets in this relationship. You might have found, written like evidence of them being, treacherous or cheating, that type of thing. It could have been, a very toxic, abusive relationship, a lot of strife. For some of you, I don't go to this quickly, but they may have, physically handled you and not in a nice way. And you may not have known how to get out of this. They could have been quite venomous. They might have had addiction problems, and that's why recovery is coming out here. And you might have really been helping them with this. So the letter for me being closed feels like very secretive here. Okay, and if this doesn't have to do with love, this feels like to me childhood. There is somebody here that was very venomous. This is gossipy energy, not a nice person, malfunction. Maybe this is ill health. This is strife and pain, punishment, even physical abuse. I want to go as far as saying that, yeah. There's a message about somebody being like just being pushed away to boarding school here because of some sneaky person, or something happening at boarding school, like punishment happened at boarding school. There was a lot of like corporal punishment. Or, there's a job where we're just not being treated properly for somebody. Okay, let's see what the tarot says. Okay, for a lot of you, this has to do with a family dynamic that has fallen apart. This might be childhood, like a divorce happened, or something in the family fell apart. You guys were happy and then it got ruined, or marriage has fallen apart, and it's really a difficult time for you. But this is, you know, really like where emotional happiness and contentment, like family joy, is what I'm feeling here. And then the Six of Swords is, it's like trying really hard to get out from that grief state, but it's like the emotions are just following you everywhere, and it's really hard, and you're having to do it all on your own. The Chariot is, persistence is going to get you through, but it's like, it feels like your emotions are running ahead of you. Okay, now if I look further on into this to get more insight into what happened and the lessons from this, is for me, with this Ten of Cups, with like if this happened in childhood, or this dynamic or this togetherness broke up, is to activate all your chakras, okay? Because I'm just looking at this and it's all different colors, is to like really, really help with your spiritual ascension. And that sounds like a really crappy thing, but that's really what I'm getting from this. Because the 10 is the end of a cycle, okay? And like it's that completion and evolution. And if you look at these cards, a person's alone in all these cards. So it's about your self journey and getting in touch with your soul. And when we're in that state of pain, for some reason, it just pulls us stronger into our spiritual journey. Okay. The Six of Swords, for me, I'm getting the word grief, 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 grief. It's to assist others in their grief and to like help others get through their grief as well, but also to recognize your own greatness and worth. It's the same thing with the Chariot, just to build that courage and to become compassionate. To become a soldier and a leader. Some of you might actually be soldiers, and that's what I'm getting intuitively. Some of you might be working on an actual ship. Just want to get more cards. Oh, okay. That's a bit too many. Yeah, so this is, death is all about transformation for your highest and best good, and it does not feel nice when it happens. This might be literal death for some of you. But discovery is all about the path to illumination and becoming one with source energy. So the Six of Wands, this is like to be successful in your life on your own terms. And success doesn't come easy. For some of you, it really feels like you might be in the army or something. Or like insecurity of some sort. The Seven of Pentacles is got to do with introspection and a lot with spirituality. Some of you might have a business around that. And for me, this feels like working with the environment, okay? Like taking care of it. Yeah, okay, the Devil. So Capricorn energy coming in here, and Scorpio. Major spiritual lessons happening. You guys are going through like very, very, very difficult time. It's like the dark night of the soul kind of thing. It feels like you're trapped emotionally. Yes, for some of you the situation was very, very toxic, very, very dangerous. In fact, this is like addictions, that type of thing as well. We've got the Chariot again. This is Cancer energy coming through, but you are really, really trying to persist through it and very, very proud of you guys for doing that. Okay, it feels like everything's falling apart, but this is actually very good because you're actually becoming free from the situation. Okay, it's a hard fall, but you will be free. You're gonna land on your feet. Okay, it feels like you're falling on your head, but you will land on your feet. Because after this comes the star, which is hope and healing after a very, very difficult situation. Okay, and there is going to be somebody that's going to come and help you guys. Okay, so let's see what energies are at play here. We've got storyteller, father, and martyr. So some of you might have had a very difficult father or a very loving father. Some of you might have lost your father. Or you might be a very protective father, or struggle with being a father, or feel like you're not a good father. Okay, so light attributes: talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. For others of you, you might not be a father, or this might feel like it doesn't resonate, but the qualities of the card is all about being a protector, right? So you might be like the protector or feel protective of people. Then the shadow attributes: dictatorial control, abuse, authority. So these two cards here is what that means for me. That abuse of authority and that dictatorship also with the devil here. That's what that's showing us. Okay, it's you coming through that. Okay, and then storyteller. So through what you've been through, you could use this to be a storyteller of life and to share wisdom with people. Okay, so ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And the shadow attribute. So this is what you would have been through. So this is deceiving others with the snake, making up tales that harm others, and the snake bites and hurts you, right? Martyr. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Okay, that's what I picked up here with opening yourself up and deepening that capacity to spread universal love. Okay, shadow attribute: addiction to self-pity. So I did pick up that addiction energy, and you might be going through something like this, or you might have been exposed to this type of energy. Okay, so these are the lessons, and these are actually gifts that you've got like in your toolkit. Okay, these things make us grateful for life and for the small joys of life, because if we don't go through them, we'll never know when we have good things, and we'll always feel miserable because we don't have anything to compare it to. Okay, so let's see what the angels have to say, what messages, what guidance, and what healing they want to bring through. Friendship and union. Okay, so this is what they want to bring forth for you. Friendship and union. They don't want you to box yourself. They want you to make friends. Okay, they will bring good friends into your life, and there is somebody around you now, and they want to be friends with you. Okay. Gosh, I hope I'm saying this right. Rhodochrosite. Okay, this looks so much like gold to me around here, and then this is some type of a red crystal, which I'm actually not sure what that is. And the angel message is: be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay, is what the angels are saying, and they want you to be gentle with yourself. And then we've got the badger: bring your life into balance with Mary and Sandalphon. So Mother Mary and Archangel Sandalphon. And these are the angels that have been with you through all of this. Mother Mary has been with you. Okay, so bring your life into balance. That's what the angels want you to do. And you might be struggling with that, but if you can just bring things into balance, it will just clear so many things for you. Okay, so I hope this helps, guys. Bring some clarity and healing. And please rest when you can. It just really helps on all levels, especially when you're feeling vulnerable and on edge and things like that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love and healing. I'll see you next time. Hello, pile 3. So this is for you if you chose Vrinda Devi. Okay, let's see, what's maybe making you think about the past and like worrying you, maybe why you can't sleep. Let's see what can bring some healing in, some blockages. Okay, so Vrinda Devi. So she's going to bring some healing into your life, and we're going to see what blessings she's giving you for the lessons that would have come through all this trauma. Okay, so with this green, this is grounding, this is earth energy, this could also be financial, and this is, for me, also, when I think of green, I think of healing the heart. Okay, goddess of devotion. Salutations to you, Vrinda Devi. You are most dear to Keshava, O goddess, O form of truth. You bestow devotion to Krishna, so I bow down to you again and again. Keshava is another name for Lord Krishna. So she is the goddess of devotion. So you might find yourself easily able to complete things where your heart is in. Like say, plants are important to you. You might find it easy to look after plants, or if cooking is important to you, or studying, or a particular thing, that type of thing, or spirituality. So blessings. Residence in a holy place. Proximity to natural beauty. Okay, whoa, that's so funny. My head went super dizzy. It's like I had a supercharge of energy in my crown chakra. Okay. Devotion to Krishna or Vishnu. Physical health and well-being. Okay. Beautiful. So let's see what the blockages might be. So you guys actually got 4 cards, and let's see what they are. The trials and the tribulations, maybe. Growth. So for me, it actually feels like that's what she's bringing in for you. Enlightenment, facade, and wisdom. So lots of heart chakra healing here. You guys might be very creative. Enlightenment might be a very important thing to you. For me, facade, this to me feels like you guys might struggle with being self-conscious. It might feel like you have to portray this image to the world because people won't really like you for you, and you might feel like you need to make your home pretty or make yourself pretty all the time, or like, you can't wear like a t-shirt with holes in it, or just be like in your sweatpants and have your hair like not washed for 2 days or something because people won't accept you. Okay, also you might have had to grab very quickly because your parents might have been ill, or you might have lost them, and you've gained a lot of wisdom. People may say you're wise beyond your years. And yeah, okay. So growth, you might have a green thumb or a green finger as they call it. Okay, now I just got the message that for some of you, you are struggling with your health, like struggling to pick up weight, no matter what you eat. And that's because we need you to do some heart chakra healing here. Inner child healing here with the child on the card. Some of you have lost a grandfather that was very, very close to you. It was like a father figure to you because you lost your father in your childhood. Yep, see, he's appearing in all the cards here. He's been with you since your mom was pregnant, and he's still with you guys in spirit. Yeah, that was him coming through loud and clear now. Okay, so let's see what else we get. Clover. This is good luck, okay? So you might find that you're good with like winning things like small lotteries and going to the casino and raffles and things like that. Some of you might be like an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, what's the other one? Capricorn. Okay, the Tower. You might have felt isolated as a child, stuck at home. Or home might have felt like a very positive, loving, secure place. Okay, some of you are really missing an elder that you loved. Like this really affected you. Or you might have had an elder that was very, very, you know, that was very strict, okay? Or it feels like luck doesn't come easy to you, like you don't believe in luck. Or when you were younger, things were really, really good, and things, it's like completely the opposite now, and you're wishing that you could go back to that. Okay, but for others of you, this could be like past life, and you don't know why you've been feeling like this from a child. Because for me, when I see the lilies, it's like a signal of past life to me. And they're in the clouds here with this enlightenment card. It feels very much like that to me. So this might be some past life trauma here. Some of you might have actually been imprisoned in a past life, like in the tower situation, and felt isolated. Okay, let's see what your tarot cards are. Okay, we've got the Five of Wands, the Empress, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, this feels very much like being stuck, okay? I'm like maybe not being allowed to go out and play with friends or travel. It's like you were always stuck at home, and you dreamed of doing things. This does feel like past life to me for some of you. Okay, the Empress is very strong Taurus energy here, a Libra energy as well. Some of you have lost a child. Five of Wands, this is conflict, maybe children fighting, or maybe there's like some sibling like rivalry going on here. This is competition. Or feeling like you had to fight for your parents' affection and love, and it was all a facade. And you wanted to maybe like leave home because of that, and thought, yeah. Wheel of Fortune. This was part of destiny, guys. It's part of destiny. Oh, yep, definitely part of destiny. Cards went flying. That happened for pile 2 as well. So you might have been confused between pile 2 and pile 3. Yeah, we've got the Two of Wands again. So you could be really on the fence about what decision to make. Do I stay? Do I go? A or B? Right now, the guidance is to just be still, you know. If you meditate if you can, but just let things happen the way they're meant to. Don't try and control anything, okay? Because what must happen will happen, and that enlightenment will come. So let's see what energies were at play or are at play. We've got Prince, God, and Student. So for me, it feels like you're a student of life, okay? Here's the tree, grounding, but it feels like kind of being stuck, okay, in one place. So light attributes, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So that's what I really feel like you've been blessed with this through everything. God, you might have a difficult relationship with the idea of God. Light attributes, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Shadow attributes, despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. So this might be why you have a negative like taste in your mouth for the term God, okay, or the idea of God, because this is what you might have been subjected to. And later on in life, you might come into a oneness with this type of energy again. Prince, light attribute, romantic charm and potential for power. Shadow attribute, using power for self-aggrandizement. So for me, this card feels like it has to do with wealth. But it feels like this person couldn't be who they wanted to be. Although there's a level of material comfort here. Just want to get a few more around this Prince card. Okay. However, it says romantic charm here, and that's Two of Cups. It might be that the blessing and the lesson here is that the partner you end up with will actually really show their love for you and be true of heart and that type of thing. But the downside is that there might be a little bit of a show off, okay, that type of energy, or a little bit boisterous. So just be wary of that. On the downside, it might be actually, it might be a bit of an unequal partnership for some of you, but not all of you. Okay, Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is generally positive. Okay, they're not yet the king, so they might not be ready to like get married or whatever, but they do have their heart in the right place. Okay, so let's see what messages the angels have for you. Oh, these are a lot of cards. Let's just make some space here. And what healing they want to bring for you. Rama, set clear boundaries and enforce them. Okay, so this definitely goes if you're in a relationship in general, with your children, with everybody, and also for yourself. Okay, this, for me, it feels very, very much in line with spending as well for you guys, with Archangel Chamuel. So he's definitely been with you throughout all this time, guys. And then we've got Azurite, deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you're willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. Sorry, guys. And we've got do the work. Okay, so that is why this card has come up here, because you are ready to do the work required for healing, guys. And if you look, you got two of these cards here, which are both yellow. There's a lot of yellow in here, which is solar plexus. And this is all about doing the work, okay? And I feel like you guys are ready for that. And I know and have faith that you guys are going to, you know, step into this energy of doing the work to heal. And your angels are with you. Your guides are with you. And Spirit is definitely with you. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of light, lots of healing. I hope this has brought some clarity as to why some of these things have happened. I know this one was a bit vague. Let me actually see if I can get a little bit more for you there. So why did some of these things happen, Spirit? What was it meant to teach them ultimately? The Sun. Just to teach you the lesson of happiness and to be vulnerable and free, okay? To be free like a child and to find that happiness in yourself and in everything, okay? And to know when to set those boundaries, but not to like be a slave to that, but to be happy as well. Okay, you might have really been confused between pile 2 and 3. And to take risks, but calculated risks. Okay, guys. So I'm wishing you lots of love, light, and healing. Again, lots of spiritual growth here for you guys. And please take care. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me, and it really, really helps me. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.